Hey, Rock! Go fuck yourself!
You ain't got no backbone. I ain't got a trap phone. I got P's and M's and K's and O's. They're illegal, so I'm just to keep my eyes. I was just a middle finger. Diamonds on my body, the bowl and the liquor. Keeping on a river, I think I'm a singer. Watch me in the pot, I treat the chorus like a dimmer. You say bad, I'm a South boy, from South shit. This is so bro. I've seen all that fucking.
Welcome back to Heel Turn Wrestling, the show where kayfabe lives, nostalgia dies, and your favorite wrestler is gonna get verbally curb stomped every week.
And I'm the anomaly in the madhouse, Anomaly Babyface. I don't heel turn for clicks. I just tell the truth and duck the smoke.
Yo man, so tonight I got 5 things on the card. And it's about to be 5 super kicks get a hit. We got more PLEs than creative ideas. Goldberg and Gunther's happening, finally. Yeah, it's happening. Revolution is back. We're gonna talk about that. But I got a couple heel moments. We're gonna be reacting to the chaos that the new segment is going to be called Out of Nowhere. And then we're going to be calling our shots for Evolution.
So lace up, throw a chair, hit that follow, and let's turn this thing upside down.
So what you think?
I mean, I'm excited. I like what we going to talk about. I like the way we cooking right now.
First off, man, I want to give a shout out to W because they're giving us the energy this week to be pulling this off.
You're not wrong. Especially today, after I had at work today, we had a water day and I went on a slip and slide and almost dislocated my shoulder. So shout out to W.
Hey, and probably shout out to Tylenol too.
You're not wrong.
But yo, man, let's kind of get into this. Segment 1, man, we're calling it the shoot this week. And I'm coming to you with something. It's a new addiction that WWE has. It's called Premium Live Events. There's one every 3 weeks at this point. If it's not a PLE, man, it's a Saturday night main event. This weekend, you kind of got a double. You got Evolution on Sunday, but before that, you got Saturday night main event. We just got done with King of the Ring, what, 2 weeks ago?
If that.
So, I'm also looking ahead. You got that Clash in Paris coming up in a couple weeks. Then you got SummerSlam, probably another Saturday night main event in between. And then to top it off, bro, you got Raw, SmackDown every week. So we're going to talk about the oversaturation.
I mean, look, I get the fatigue, but these events are global now. Berlin, Paris, Saudi. I mean, they're really trying to drive and dig into all these places so they get to experience that wrestling culture. WWE is building its own wrestling UN. I like the exposure. It's an opportunity to, collect a bag. Showcase talent that's not just from United States. You got to showcase your talent that's from the other parts of the world. Hey, I get it.
Yeah, but man, it's a burnout. There's literally no build to anything. You got titles changing faster. Hell, man. Then, then Adam Pearce takes vacations. You got Solo with the title. We got no more Tribal Chief. And shit, man. Look what we got. We got Fatu going ape shit. We got Cody lost in the sauce, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm talking King of the Ring. And we're gonna talk SummerSlam, but it ain't this week.
No, I'm glad it's not this week. But I put it like this. We gotta fix the build up to the shows then. You know, don't kill the platform. If they drop half the shows, you'll cry about underused talent. And I mean, if with social media being so big, you see all the superstars always on social media, and they're like, "Hey, today's episode back here in catering and blah 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 blah." I mean, so I kind of get it. I kind, in a sense, you're working it so that way everybody can get on the show more. This is an era where everybody gets to eat.
No, bro. You can't sell me that bullshit. This is literally the era of fast food, man. It tastes good. There's no nutritional value to it. And we just move on to our everyday life. Like, come on, man. You mean to tell me some of this shit doesn't irk you? Think of the King of the Ring build. Did we really need Cody being the winner over Randy this time?
Fair enough.
Like, and we'll talk more about it. But did we really need another Tongan?
I get what they're trying to do in a sense of holding on to the bloodline and trying to tie it in a different sense and maybe rebrand the name and not call it bloodline, just Samoan family. But hey, you're setting up for Survivor Series a little ahead of time.
Yeah, but do you really need another War Games with the Samoans? And think about this, man. Things go south, the Solo's out. You think the Tongans ain't gonna turn on him?
First off, them Tongans are crazy. That's for sure. And I'm pretty sure they would turn on him at some point down the road. I feel like you'll get the little bits and pieces like we've done got, kind of similar to the other faction that is still hanging on by like the thinnest hair possible of the Judgment Day. But for right now, they're chilling, they cooking. Got all them crazy ass Hawaiians over there.
Hey, and I put it up though on the Real 88 page, and in the Heel Turn Wrestling group as well. Everybody go join that, by the way.
Yes, if you're not following the Heel Turn page, what are you doing with your life? Go follow.
Yeah, we promise you'll appreciate it. But I put it up that, did you notice in Solo's little backstage Godfather moment photo or promo?
I did notice a tad bit.
Who did he not mention?
He didn't mention one of the crazies.
Yeah. So think about it, man. You get him with Fatu, and you get him with Us. Maybe we don't get the Usos back together right now yet. Maybe we do, but maybe it's under the tuition of Fatu. Maybe it's not like another Roman. And speaking of that, where the fuck is Roman? You still mad that because TKO wants you to take a pay cut?
I mean, if my job asks me to take a pay cut, but I'm under a big contract and I ain't coming to work either, I'm just collecting my bag.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, bro. You're at work every day.
Yeah, unless I'm in the hospital, I don't even take vacation from my job.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Like,
But
you
you know,
don't
he's
take
shooting a
vacay.
movie. He's gonna be in Street Fighter. That's what's up.
And great, but take a pay cut.
Uh, gotcha.
But think about this new bloodline of Fatu, the Usos, and yeah, Tonga.
Now, don't get me wrong. I do like the way the group looks, and I like the way it's slow. It's a slow build, but I don't like how this is building a lot faster than some other storylines that are taking probably till December to finish up.
So hang on, you mean to tell me you're okay with them adding so many Tongans that they run out of names and they just call the motherfucker Paula Tonga?
I mean,
Like, come on, bro, you gonna give me a Samoan Hornswoggle and call him Short E Tonga?
I came to the realization that there's somebody that works for TKO and they really love their family, so they want all their family there. So.
It's Ari Emanuel sucking the Rock's dick.
I hope he comes good. Get the release that you need.
I mean, this is something that I would have rather had 3 years ago when the Bloodline story was in the thick. Give me it 4 years ago when it was really starting to get thick, when everything started to seem like it was gonna implode soon. When Jay wasn't feeling oozy.
I mean, I would have. I'll go with you on that. I would have even gave it to right there when Roman lost the title and they took Paul Heyman off television. I would have took it right there if you just flooded it with all the Samoans, because it would have made sense.
Yeah, I would have gone with that.
I mean, in a sense, you're flooding us with a shit ton of shows. You could have flooded us with a shit ton of Samoans.
You're right. And kind of get back to the show aspect. You don't even have Solo and Fatu going at it.
Not yet. I think that's going to be another slow build cook up to where you have. That's why I said I think this is going to pan out to November. It's a slow cook, slow burn, because that's what we're doing with everything, because eventually it'll make sense. I really feel like we're in an aspect of where this is now the guiding light. I got to drag it out every day, and you just got to glue in the pieces.
Oh, great. But heading back to the show aspect, my opinion, if WWE quit doing so many of the Saturday night main event, or if you did the Saturday night main event, give me at least 3-4 weeks before you do the next. Don't make me wait a week and a half, 2 weeks. Because on top of that, you not only give me Saturday night main event, you're also giving me WWE Evolution.
Well, we can't forget that Saturday night main event is also supposed to just be like an added television show. It's not really supposed to be. I mean, granted, they've turned it into a PLE, but it's not supposed to be a full PLE show. That's why we get trillions of commercials in the middle of matches, and we barely get a few promos cut.
Then okay, hear me out. Give me Give me 4 of them a year. Like you give me the big 4, give me 4 Saturday night main events a year. Give me one in between Mania, that gap between Rumble and Mania, or Elimination Chamber and Mania. Give me a Saturday night main event for that, but don't give me anything WrestleMania quality. Give me a different thing. Give me your lower tier stories.
Fair enough.
You know, and then give me another one right. I'd say SummerSlam. But give me one and give me an all NXT Saturday night main event.
First off, NXT is like Fatu, all gas, no brakes. So that would be a banger of a Saturday night.
Let me get that for a Saturday night main event, and then another Saturday night main event. I don't know, surprise me.
I mean, you can give me an all-women Saturday night main event.
Yeah, why not give me an all-women's one?
But Babyface, that's what they're doing with Evolution. Ah, fuck Evolution.
And you know what? When you do remember the tribute to the troops?
I'll take one for that too.
Yeah, I'll say make that one, or make one at the end of the year when you're doing the Christmas and the Thanksgiving, you know, the Christmas break. Give me one give me one for New Year's. And make it the Saturday before New Year.
I like that. And
Just my thought to that.
so the 4 a year, I wouldn't be upset with if you scheduled them correctly. So I feel like if you're gonna give me, okay, so like let's go to 2026 real quick. You're gonna do a Power Rangers PLE in Saudi Arabia. So with that being said, I'm okay if in between the Power Rangers PLE and Elimination Chamber, or hell, I'm okay if you, like you said, you give me that PLE before you go to Vegas for an ungodly reason for a second time, and then I'll take basically another PLE in between SummerSlam and Survivor Series because you don't do shit in September.
So you wanna hear something crazy?
I'm listening.
When you do that one on Saturday night main event before Mania, put it in the spear.
One time. Hey, you will make all the money you supposedly lost back. Since we're in debt as a company, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And I say we as a company because we, the fans, are just, you know, homebodies.
I do not live in my mother's basement.
First off, we live somewhere where we can't have basements, my guy.
I don't live in my mom's attic either.
First off, I wouldn't want to live in the attic where we live either. That's hot as hell.
Yeah, unless it's properly insulated.
Yeah, there you go. Fair enough.
But let's get to this next one because I want us to break down the match of the week in my opinion, and that is Goldberg's retirement match versus Gunther for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Alright. Well, although it was kind of predictable, I didn't think it was going to happen. But it's happening. Goldberg, Gunther, title on the line, Saturday night main event.
Yeah, man, this is either a dream match or it's a punishment from the wrestling gods, man. Gunther is the longest reigning IC champion at one time. He is now a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion. And bro, is he about to get speared by a part-time tank with no brakes? Or is Gunther gonna chop a heart attack in to the man who almost killed himself against The Undertaker in Saudi Arabia in 2017?
Don't act like it isn't poetic. I mean, Goldberg Last Dance versus the man who brought prestige back to the workhorse belt. I mean, you have it where you have somebody who they are literally a 3-minute chump versus a man who can go all night long. You mean to tell me that ain't poetic? I mean, it's legacy versus legacy, my guy.
Yeah, but Gunther hits harder. He moves smarter. Doesn't need 60 seconds to get winded. And if this turns into a squash either way, dog, you know Twitter, or I'm sorry, X, is gonna be an absolute shitstorm. And you know where else is gonna be a shitstorm? The Real 88 Facebook page.
You're not
And the Heel
wrong.
Turn Wrestling Facebook group, because we're gonna be talking all weekend about it.
Nah, this is Gunther's passing the torch moment. Or this is Goldberg's last exclamation point, last spear, last if he can turn it into a jackknife. You know, either way, it's must-watch TV. It's either going to be a beautiful painted picture of art that needs to be hung in the Louvre, or it's going to be Undertaker versus Goldberg, and it's just gonna be so this is what I waited 9 weeks to watch that I didn't really want to watch, and it's gonna be funny. Either way, it's gonna be must-watch television.
Yeah, but is it really? Because let's talk about it real quick. Goldberg, the man versus the machine. One is a relic of destruction. The other is a moment, or a monument of discipline. And this Saturday, the spear is going to meet the chop. So here's my thing. We're going to talk about the streak here for a minute. There is nothing amongst Goldberg that tells me that he is the greatest, because we're going to talk about the 173-0 undefeated streak that, if you really break it down, it was about 120 to 130 matches, because there was a lot of them that were not televised. There's a lot of other matches that were duplicates. There were squash matches. But let's talk about how it began. In 97, it began with Hugh Morris. Then it moved on to Roadblock, Scotty Riggs, Wrath, Disco Inferno, La Parka, Steve Mongo McMichael, rest in peace to him, Barry Horowitz, and the Renegade.
Okay, I mean, realistically, on paper, that's domination for Goldberg, in a sense. I mean, maybe not Mongo. I feel like Mongo should have at least been maybe a 25-minute match, but hey, who am I?
So hear me out. Hugh Morris, Wrath, and Mongo were the three that I looked at on this list. That they should have been 3 to 5 minute, maybe a little bit longer matches, not necessarily a squash. So I start looking into early '98 when he was starting to build steam. Then I see names like Brad Armstrong, Glacier, Rick Fuller, Jim Powers, Bobby Eaton, Lodi, Van Hammer, The Barbarian, Ming, Jerry Flynn, Mike Enos, Barry Darsow, Sick Boy, Chase Tatum, Scott Norton, Perry Saturn, Conan, Reese, Perry Saturn again, Hammer, Alex Wright, and The Disciple.
Okay. So, I mean, in a sense, he didn't really face fantastic names. First off, I'm gonna just go ahead and put this out here. I ain't validating a streak. I'm just trying to make it make sense for
Oh,
those that do validate
that's
the
what my
streak.
thing is right now. I'm trying to make it make sense. So I started looking at the championship era when he moved in and got the United States title, when he beat Raven, defended it against Kurt Hennig. He fought Scott Hall in a #1 contender match with the winner facing Hollywood Hulk Hogan for the WCW title. Then he faced Hollywood Hogan a few weeks later to win the WCW Heavyweight Championship in Atlanta. Then he defended it against a Giant the same night who attempted to right the wrongs. And he got jackhammered all the way into WWE. Then we're going to talk about how the streak climaxed. You get the entire NWO in a way when you get Bryan Adams, Stevie Ray, Norman Smiley, Bam Bam Bigelow in a non-sanctioned brawl. Later that became official. Lex Luger, Ming again, Scott Hall again. And then the streak finally ended at Starrcade 98 against Kevin Nash.
So when I hear streak, I only think of two. I think of The Undertaker, and I think of Asuka. To me, Goldberg is... I created a wrestler, and I made him 100 overall, and I'm going to just beat the whole roster before I got to go to bed in 15 minutes.
It's kind of how it went, because let me break this down a little bit. The average match for Goldberg in WCW during the undefeated streak was between 2 to 3 minutes. Most of his matches were squashes, 30 seconds to 3 minutes. Even the televised matches against mid-carders were rarely cracked 5 minutes. The longer matches, you know, the ones that were between 5 to 10 minutes, they only happened in a few situations. Raven during the U.S. title match, that went 6 minutes. The first match against Scott Hall, that went just under 8 minutes. The title match against Hogan was just about 9 minutes. The Halloween Havoc match that he had against DDP, which was technically post-streak, that went 10 minutes. And then the Kevin Nash match at Starrcade, that went 11 minutes. His average match time, with factoring in at least 100 squash-style matches and a handful of, you know, these main event long matches, he was averaging about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So I want to talk to you about it, man. It worked for one thing. It was built on the work rate. It wasn't built on work rate. It was more built on record. The short matches, they fed the mystique, the walking fatality screen with traps and pyro. But here's what I want to know. In your opinion, would Goldberg, would his undefeated streak happen in today's wrestling market?
I put it like this: based on the match that he has Saturday, I'm gonna be 100% honest, no, because at the point in time it worked. His time frame of being an active everyday wrestler, it worked. In today's time, why it don't work is because typically the wrestlers that we see have squash matches or giants, and yeah, just giants. He's an anomaly. Hey, like me. And the only reason I also said it wouldn't work in this time, his opponent that he's facing. I mean, look at Gunther's body of work. This man put on, I don't care what nobody say, it was a 5-star banger Class A or Class S match in a Iron Man match against Ilya Dragunov. What I've always wanted from Goldberg was to, bro, get in an Iron Man match and go blow for blow. But then I also realized you're actually a football player who converted to being a wrestling star, so you're only on the field as long as the defense is on the field. And typically how you were playing defense back then before your career ended, y'all are on the field maybe no more than 7 plays on a drive, which is about 3 minutes.
Well, let's think about it too, man. The WWE these days is overloaded between social media, it being 24/7, access to the stars. You would easily burn through 173 wins because you'd overexpose the man himself. But we also have smarter fans that have shorter patience. We wouldn't be
Are the
dealing
fans
with the
smarter
inflated
because they have
numbers.
shorter patience? Like, does that make them smarter, or does that make it where you're at this point allowing somebody? Okay, I take back what I said. Maybe it can work because of everybody's short patience. Because what, you watch a TikTok for 30 seconds and you scrolling?
No, you know why it
Watch a
wouldn't
reel
work?
for 45 seconds and you scrolling? I mean,
It wouldn't work because we would simply sit there and say, when is he gonna face a real opponent? When is he gonna face somebody for real? Because come on, man, you know they would easily feed guys like Dragon Lee, Akira Tozawa a dozen times. There's no WCW chaos to hide behind.
if I had to compare him, it's basically what we saw Rusev do against Tozawa. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Tozawa fan. I like Tozawa, but what, Tozawa gives you, 3.5, maybe 5 minutes at most, and that's just because he's there to get his ass whooped. Like, my honest question, when the last time Tozawa won a match? And I know that
No, I get it.
completely went off topic,
But see, if we were to do this Goldberg-esque streak, you can't do it with him. He's not that type of guy. You need somebody who can be in the ring for an extended period of time if needed. Guys like Braun Breaker,
or
maybe Solo Sikoa.
his opponent.
No, because we've seen that he's defeatable.
No. When I say his opponent, I'm talking about going back to that IC title run.
No, you're right. That was more of a reinvention of the IC title history.
Don't get me wrong, and I get that. And I was just about to say that. The IC title at that point was being treated like the United States title, where there's no consistency. There's no, if they have the IC title, they're rocking with it for a while to prove they are that workhorse to eventually see if they are capable of holding the world title. And it had dropped off that, yeah, the IC title was kind of looked at like the cruiserweight title or the United States title. It was never looked at like it should have been.
Correct. So here's where I'm going at with it. If you want it to work, you need someone like Braun Breaker, Solo Sikoa, or hell, bro, Jade. They did it with her in AEW, and you could easily do it with her in WWE. But you got to do it in a 30 or 40 max credible streak, not 173. But you run it through the NXT and the main roster, some PLEs. You feed real names though. Make it credible.
I will say it like this. Braun Breakers can give me 40 to 50 matches that would be better than Goldberg's undefeated streak, for the simple fact of, I mean, if I'm being honest, he is Goldberg. That spear is redonkulous. That power, that agility, that flight, it's all he is a genetic freak. I mean, he comes from genetic freaks, but that genetic freak can absolutely picture perfectly be your Goldberg. As for in the women's division, I can't argue with you. I would give that to Jade. And sad part is, you technically had it with Asuka because it was quality opponents. You just fed into stupid nepotism. We ain't gonna talk about it.
See, and right there, that's what I was about to say. If you have it with something like that, if you do a Goldberg-esque streak, like you said, Asuka, or actually Asuka's just undefeated. It was never a Goldberg type, but we'll run with hers too. But like if we had Braun Breaker, say we gave him a 40-0 or a 50-0, and that first loss, make it impactful. Don't make it an interference. Don't make it a dipshit with a cattle prod. Make it impactful. Make it make sense. Make it mean something.
Also, have it televised.
Yes. Well, in this day and age, pretty much everybody would see it happen. It would come across a lot faster than it did in '98. But the thing is, man, the old Goldberg in the new world, it wouldn't work. You have something like Goldberg, it would work.
I would also say this. WWE does their streaks by days anyway, not by matches or not by weeks, or like, to me, if you're gonna do a streak, it needs to be relatable to all sports, not days. Because like, if you talk, hey, this NBA team's on a streak, they won X amount of games consecutively. Games every time they stepped on the court. Football, every week they stepped on the gridiron. Hockey, every time they stepped on the ice. Baseball, every time they stepped on the diamond. Or hell, UFC, since that's TKO's first baby child. Every time they stepped in the octagon, every time you stepped in the ring and won, that should count towards your streak. Not, okay, don't get me wrong, I'm not taking nothing from Roman Reigns, but you go by days because it sounds a lot better and it sounds a lot bigger, because 1,500 days sounds a lot better than he's been champion for 4 years.
Or, you know, he's only 22-0. And come to find out he's had the title for fucking 5 years.
Right, and on top of that, I'm gonna even go with this standpoint where I'm gonna close it on my end. Instead of you sit here and you do it by the days, like I said before, but when you don't, I would go. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you want the streak to actually count, it needs to be on television where everybody can see it. Not house show, or not, oh, well, we got to show you what happened during the 3-minute commercial break. Like,
yeah, no, I get where you're at. Make it make sense.
I got to get that on a t-shirt. I got to talk to my t-shirt person and get it on a t-shirt to say make it make sense. That'll also work for my job.
Yeah. But let me break it down on my end then. In the landscape of the high flyers and the fast talkers, man, a modern day juggernaut would tear through and make some noise. But just make sure with the streak, you end it before the fans start fantasy booking the fall. That's all I'm saying with it.
Fair enough. Completely fair enough.
But that, I mean, to me, that's my opinion.
And I don't disagree with it. I like it. It goes back to what, you know what? We need a segment called Make It Make Sense.
I got you.
Brain
We
ideas
will work on
flowing
that.
in the middle of the show. I love it.
Hey, that's what we're all about, baby. So let's talk about it, though, man. Let's look towards WWE Evolution, the second ever all-women's PLE. You got a now structured with Pyro, Legends, kind of a questionable match card, Mike.
Let's not forget, it was the birthplace of CM Punk's I'm Not Apologizing to Nobody promo. And we all remember how that promo went. It was a work of art. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
I loved it. There's lineage here.
Yeah, I get you, man, but slapping Revolution on a random ass July show, the oversaturation, just doesn't make it a legacy, bro. This isn't Backlash. It's branding cosplay.
I get what you're saying. It's a PLE dressed up. But, until it delivers, we got some great... And I believe it'll deliver. You got Tiffy versus Trish, which... I don't know which blonde woman's gonna win that one. I mean, you got a fatal 4-way tag team match, which I feel is gonna be a shit show, but that's a topic for a later day. You got the Battle Royal. It sounds like a revolution to me.
Or is it a rerun with a new thumbnail? It just, to me, it needs a moment. It needs something viral, something real, because otherwise, man, it's another Sunday night with fireworks, and we're going ooh and ah.
My first critique will be, can it not look like the first Evolution where it literally looked like a house show where you just, hey, throw it on television because we're recording?
See, but here's my thing with it. You got someone like Nikki Bella, who all of a sudden is coming back and going, hey, I'm gonna do my final run, i.e. because her ex-fiance wishes was her baby daddy is doing his retirement tour, and she gotta pay child support, let's not forget.
Yeah.
So
first off, shout out to the man who is finding that. I call that a dub. A man is getting child support. Hey.
Yeah.
And it's being
that's
broadcast. It's not in the quiet. It's actually being broadcast. So shout out to him collecting his bag and probably don't have to work no more.
You're right, but I mean, you finally get her coming back, and it wasn't even her coming back, man. It was a vignette video talking about I'm jumping into the Battle Royal. And I will be the first to admit, man, I thought it was going to be her and Brie coming back to represent Raw for the tag team titles, or even jumping into NXT to, be a part of a company or a brand that they haven't necessarily done anything with yet, but they want to, put their mark. I don't know.
First off, let me put this out there. I am not discrediting any of these ladies other than the two that were just mentioned. I'm gonna discredit them, but that's a different topic for a different day. To the other women that deserve this PLE, I'm not discrediting none of your work. Shout out to you. You deserve something where you're the opening, the closing, and all the middle. Not, we're going to put the women's match 2, and then they're going to be a co-main event on Saturday night, but not have no matches on Sunday night.
Yeah, you're right. And, you know, I'm excited that we get Trish coming back. I don't know if we needed to have a title shot, but getting to see her and Tiffy wrestle is about to be a wet dream come true.
Maybe if Trish was early 30s and late 20s, you know, then at that point, okay, you got me. Be drooling and gotta get me a bib and some tissue to clean up all the drool. But it is with, like, okay, you got the younger generation who drew. I get it. Younger generation drools over Tiffy. Older generation drools over Trish Stratus because that's a mama too, and she looks great.
Why can't I do both?
Smart man. Smart.
This is heel turn, baby. Why can't I do both?
To me, it feels like it was thrown together when realistically you could have waited a little bit longer and did the show later in the year. I feel like it didn't have to be in the middle of the summer, especially while you still got quite a few injuries going on.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's just
because certain storylines we thought would have been on the card and probably would have made a little bit more sense and probably, in essence, probably helped the show be a half star better. Would have helped. And I mean, it sucks that on a regular clear as day bump, you know, Liv breaks her elbow or forearm, however we're going about that injury, and you know, like I said, I feel like maybe you should have brought in your wife to write this PLE. Just saying, maybe, you know, maybe the big man name could have been on it a little bit.
Well, I mean, we'll get into it here in a little bit, and we'll do our predictions and who we think is going to pop up. I don't know really. We'll get into it here in a little bit, but I still have some discontent with Nikki. But that's me right now.
To those of you that like Nikki Bella, first off, have you had a few bullets to the head? Second off, other than basically flashing her boobs at you every time she comes down the ring and gotta pop her fake jersey, what does she provide? Two, if you do like Nikki Bella, you know there's better looking wrestlers now, right? 3, can she even still go? That's my honest question. Can she still go in the ring and produce and put on a 20-25 minute match? That's the real question. Or is she going to come out in this battle royal towards the end where she only got to go maybe 5-10 minutes? Because that's what you did at the Rumble. You brought her out at the end, and it kind of looked like, first off, you sucked the air out that building, and then 2, it looked rusty. So are we going to get a repeat of that, or has it actually, you know, got up from its podcast and actually went and, you know, did some dang work?
You're right. So, alright, you know, let's get into it. It's the new segment called Out of Nowhere.
Alright, we got 3 wild takes from fans this week. No warning, no prep. So you know what that means? We just coming out of nowhere to RKO this shit and just, be all about it. Let's swing.
Alright, man.
We
Go
got
ahead.
we got discontent with Nikki Bella returning, post divorce, being placed on child support, and her ex that she wanted basically the perfect life with, all running together on his farewell tour.
You're right, man. The Bellaverse is returning with the perfect timing at that. Cena's retiring. She's hitting the curtain again because, you gotta pay them bills. You gotta pay the ex-baby daddy. This is just pure reality TV, man. I hope we really get more into it.
So she was a token Hall of Famer, love her or hate her, which, I'm kind of on the latter end. She can sell some merch to 8-year-olds. So, could we get a Cena Bella comeback energy where, they're the top 2 weird merch sellers and possibly, I don't know, the man is married now, but that might not stop her because of what she did to Dolph Ziggler, but that's a whole different story. I mean, it's box office, dude. It's a whole Notebook movie.
Yeah, it's a whole daytime soap opera with pyro and, a little extra. All that drama and shit.
To me, we didn't need it back. We didn't need it back, but it's back, and got to deal with it. But it didn't make sense because we're in debt, billions of dollars, and you hired a legend on a legend contract, and ain't legend contracts quite pricey?
I don't know, man. But I'm glad it's gonna be short-lived. So, I think much like what her comeback is gonna be, I think we should move on.
I'm okay with that. So what if?
I was gonna say, I got a good one for you.
Hit me.
What if Charlotte and Alexa win the women's tag team titles?
Oh, that's underrated as fuck. Granted,
Yeah.
they're probably a little bit of like, if you had betting odds, I would have them as the second favorites to win. You have Charlotte, who brings nepotism and legitimacy, and she's quote unquote a decorated champion, and if I'm being correct, she's never held the tag titles. You have Alexa, who, let's be real, that unpredictable tiny little munchkin of a cute woman. I mean, this could fix that horrible cursed division.
I mean, we could curse it even more. The titles, in my opinion, they need chemistry, and they haven't had it for a while. Like right now, you look at Roxanne and Raquel. They couldn't be more opposite. I don't know, man. The titles, like I said, they need the chemistry. They don't need fan fiction. They don't need lost in the sauce booking. So, these two are one heel turn from joining our podcast. And what better way to do it than, I don't know, prove me wrong?
Okay, to wrap that up, I low-key hope it works, and I only say that because I'm a huge Alexa Bliss fan. And then, as you know, we also have surprise entrants for the Women's Battle Royal.
Hey, Jay Lee. Just let me drink for a second, I'm sorry.
Okay. My surprise entrance, hopefully, some things got worked out and maybe she can be put on an actual Legends contract because, people like her. I like Lita, one more round, or hell, even maybe surprise entrance can be, hell, Super Molly.
Ooh.
The return of a superhero. Give it that element.
Come on, bro, give me your right to censor Molly.
Yo, I didn't even think about that. Or was that Ivory? I thought that was Ivory.
That was Molly.
Shit, we both could be.
Either way.
Either way, I'm not mad.
Oh no, Molly Holly joined the Straight Edge Society.
Hell, at this point, I'm okay with it if we're gonna get AJ Lee possibly.
I mean, bruh, just think about it. I mean, of course, you'll probably get Brie Bella popping up because Nikki's here. I'm thinking Michelle McCool. You know, maybe.
Okay,
you know,
hear me out.
What's
I
up?
would much rather see Michelle McCool than any of the Bellas. Hell, I would actually like to see Michelle McCool be in the Battle Royal and the surprise entrant be her best friend, ex-tag women's champion of a friend, Layla.
I was just about to bring her up too. Like, I think that would be a cool thing. Give me people like Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox.
Like, give me some people that I know they're not gonna win, but it's one of those. Oh, bro, I'm so glad you got them out here.
Hell, I'll even take Santina Marella. Call Santino and tell him to ask if his sister is available to be in the match.
I forgot that. I forgot she existed.
Yeah, you know, that was the first downhill that we should have paid attention to that.
And start thinking about it. And everybody let us know below in the comments. But I want to know who you got to win the Battle Royal when we do the predictions. Because I want to know how close you are with me.
Hey, if you got the balls to do it, step up to the plate.
Yeah.
We might put your shit up here and he'll turn that bitch.
I tell you right now, you put that shit up here, I will put it up. I will put these comments. I will let you know how I feel. And again, like the photo on us is saying, like and subscribe. Not only to Heel 88 or Heel Turn on Facebook, not only to Real 88 on Facebook, but on Instagram. You can follow us on hell, man, anywhere at this point you can follow us. But before we go into details about where you can really find us on everything, I want to book it or bury it this week, baby. And I'm talking WWE Evolution predictions. Because right now, I'm going to say this show might outshine the rest of the men's cards this year with this match card.
Facts. I mean, you got a fatal 4-way tag team match. Even though I think it's going to be a clusterfuck, it low-key has the potential to be the most underrated match on the whole card and actually outshine every other match. You have, you got Kairi Sane and Asuka versus the women tag champs, or makeshift women tag champs of Roxanne Perez and I forget her name every time because she's that irrelevant on TV sometimes. Either way, then you got Alexa and Charlotte from SmackDown. And then, to me, the team that should win it is the NXT team where you got, Rika Soul?
That would be, bro, that would be interesting to see him go back to NXT for a while.
I mean, you got a fantastic women tag team match coming. You got 2 women's tag team matches. You got Mommy and Io Sky versus each other, and then you got Alexa, not Alexa, I'm so sorry, she's on my mind hard. That little munchkin is so cute. But you got fine ass Tiffany Stratton versus fine like wine ass Trish Stratus for the SmackDown women's title. Oh man, it's cooking. Oh, and don't forget, we get a possible cash-in, maybe.
We'll book it, man. We got Trish and Tiffany in the main event, or if not, I can see them burning the arena down one way or the other.
That's hard. I can see it as a main event. I can also see Io Sky and Rhea Ripley trying to burn it down because For those of you that don't keep stats like Michael Cole, Rhea Ripley has never beaten Io Sky.
Ever.
So, also predicting, I like the way I would start the show with the Battle Royal. I'm starting with the Battle Royal. Kick it off. I want to kick it off, just have all of them out there. Why? Because at that point, you get the Battle Royal, you showcasing all the women at one time. You get them out there, it gets us going up high. The tag team match can bring us down low, and then we can ride the night out high with two women main event championship matches.
Yeah, but that is bold, man. But I'm gonna raise you real quick.
Oh.
Before we make these predictions, I'm gonna kick off our predictions with something. And it's not a prediction, really. It's more of a spoiler. Bianca is gonna win the Battle Royal in the opener. And it's gonna make the plot thicken. Because remember, the winner gets a title shot at Clash in Paris next month. Bianca wins the Battle Royal, goes on, wins the title at Clash in Paris. The month after that is what? SummerSlam, right? What's the Queen of the Ring get?
Is Clash that close?
Yes, sir.
Clash is before SummerSlam?
Yes, sir.
But it's
So
like
you
they
get,
don't even broadcast to be like, hey, Clash of Champions.
that's what I'm saying. We're bouncing around, baby. So you get Bianca winning the title at Clash. You got her facing Jade at SummerSlam. And like you said, there's a cash in, right? You got Naomi with that briefcase. And remember, you can say, hey, I want to cash in. And it not be a secret. You can cash in and make yourself the #1 contender. But why do that when you can cash in and make it a triple threat match for the women's championship at SummerSlam between Bianca Belair, the Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill, and the Money in the Bank winner, Naomi.
Clash is going to be at the end of August. SummerSlam is like the start of August. August 2nd and 3rd at MetLife. And then Clash is August 31st. That's why I was a little confused. I was like, they just been pushing.
Okay, so let me rewind this then. There's a plot still thickening. You're gonna get Jade winning the title at SummerSlam. She gets to face Naomi, or gets to face Bianca in a few weeks later at Clash. And that's where you're gonna get Naomi added into the match.
So, real quick, I know this is a little bit down the road on predicting that. If you're gonna have Naomi cash in, I need it to feel like the heist of the century from the women's side.
No, I want it predetermined. I want it. Hey, I'm gonna do this.
No.
Well, let's talk about it real quick.
All right.
I got Bianca winning the Battle Royal. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with either Julia or Stephanie Valkyrie.
Ooh. Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, all day I've been thinking about those two, and it literally wound up being a coin flip. But then I didn't like the way I flipped. Like I was like, all right, heads or tails, but I didn't really like flip the coin the right way.
Kind of fucked up when the coin doesn't just stand up.
Oh, that would have been perfect. But no, like I kind of was like talking to a coworker, and I was like, oh, I'm flipping a coin, and then I forgot who I made heads or tails, and then it was break time, and break time means go get food.
I hear you. Alright, so the next match on the card, we were talking about him a few minutes ago. Jade Cargill faces Naomi in a no-holds-bar match. Who you
So,
got?
I'm gonna give it to Naomi.
Ooh.
And the only reason is, if you're going to have because if you realistically, they're both at a point where who loses that match unless you have a no disqualification. They're at that point because whoever loses the match, kind of goes on a slight slid, and that kind of predicts how the storyline is gonna go. But if you're trying to cook the storyline a certain way, let the Queen of the Ring lose, so then that way that is some mic talk for Naomi to just brag around until she lolly-dollies. I'ma cash in and either turn it into a triple threat or pull off what your Anomaly Babyface say, the women's heist of the century.
Okay.
But
That would be.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that'd be entertaining.
I would love it. And the only reason I say it, don't get me wrong, is because I know Jade is strong. I know Jade has power, and I know that is low-key either possible. If you actually let them go out there and storytelling the match and not just trying to put on a stars kind of match, that can do some storytelling right there. You have power and destruction versus meticulous and thought out. And I only say that is because there's times you see Jade in the ring, even in her AEW days, and to me this is like her smallest only knock. She goes a guns a-blazing, and then when somebody has to slow the match down, it gets a little rocky for her.
Okay. So I still see Jade winning in this whole thing.
Okay, fair enough.
But
Let's Queen of the Ring.
Yeah, and I see the momentum continuing on her side. And before we continue with these predictions, happy 7-10 day to everybody.
Yes, happy 7-10 day. Take a dab for us. Unless, you already on my level.
I'm already working on that one. Because you hurt my feelings by saying Naomi's going to win. So now I'm just going to go on and move to the Women's Intercontinental Championship triple threat match. You got Becky Lynch defending her title against Lyra Valkyria and also Bayley. I see Becky walking out as champion still.
I can't disagree with you on that one. Okay, hear me out. The reason I'm going to say Becky and agree with you on that is you got to start and fully have the feud kind of integrate Lyra and Bayley a little bit more. Don't get me wrong, it's slow cooking, but that's, you done put some water in the pot, you threw the pot on the stove, and it just started boiling. Like, it's not ready for you to put the pasta in yet, but it just started getting them tiny bubbles at the bottom of the pot. It ain't at a roiling boil yet. That's why I got Becky winning.
Alright. So the women's tag team fatal 4-way match, we talked about it. Charlotte and Alexa are representing SmackDown. So Luca, I can't remember her name right offhand right now, are representing NXT. We have the Kabuki Warriors reuniting once again, representing Raw. And the biggest question I have out of everything is, how is your WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez not representing Raw when they're on Raw?
That was an interesting one for me. I cannot lie. I was like, if you're doing a fatal 4-way, instead of just saying a team from Raw, a team from SmackDown, and a team from NXT, there's going to be 2 teams from Raw, a team from SmackDown, and a team from NXT. But again, this goes back to my point of you have makeshift tag teams versus actual tag teams, where the women tag team that we actually wanted, that you could have ran away with, and that would have been beautiful, is Alexa and Nikki Cross.
I feel like we're getting that still. We just leading to it. But I got Roxanne and Raquel retaining the titles.
For
there's
storyline
nothing.
purposes, I agree.
Yeah, I don't see a reason for them to separate right now. Not yet. I do see it happening, but not yet.
That's why I said storyline purposes. You still gotta wait for Liv to come back and tell that story. I mean, the fucking visual on Monday had me fucking dying.
Yeah, shit was insane.
Guys, she's not dead. Well, we wanted to do something nice for Dom. Who got me this cake? Funniest shit ever.
Now, let's kind of shift gears to the surprisingly only NXT match on the card. And that is the NXT Women's Championship with Jordy and Grace challenging JC Jane.
So here's
I got Jordy and Grace. I'll let you go, but I'm just gonna let you know. I got Jordy and Grace because you ain't beating her. Not She-Hulk.
You're not beating She-Hulk clean. But my whole thing was, are you actually going to finally let her get what seems like a title victory? I get it. You brought her in and you didn't want it to seem like, oh, we're just giving her the title because she's technically the most dominant, polished female in the ring right now. I get it. But I wasn't expecting her to really be on NXT that long. So, I mean, that's who I got winning, but I hope it's clean. But I feel like there's going to be some messy play from JC Jane's posse, so to say.
Oh yeah, I think they get involved somehow. Alright, so let's talk about our WWE Women's Championship match. It looks like it's probably gonna be the main event, and I'm talking Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus.
Yeah, because you got to have your vet, main event. Okay, so if I got to pick a winner between Tiffy Time and Trish Stratus, first off, after I get my jaw off the ground from drooling, I'm gonna have a collection cup. Maybe a bowl. Fair enough. I got Tiffany retaining, but a decently fair good match.
Okay.
Because to me, it's two faces facing each other, so.
I got Trish winning, becoming 7-time women's champion. Because I see a story with her and Charlotte popping up where Trish beats Charlotte. And then, down the line, maybe passes the torch to the next person. I don't know. Maybe Naomi cashes in on that one.
Okay.
Now let's hit this main event for our predictions. Rhea Ripley is attempting to get that title back from her friend and the person that you even said, Michael Cole's even said, and the stat sheet even proves, that has not beat Io Sky yet.
I'm hoping this match is storytelling. I know I keep going back to that, but we'll do a whole show on that for you guys later. What I mean and what we mean by that. I really hope this match does some storytelling, but not in the sense everybody's thinking. I have Io Sky winning.
So I got EO retaining. As much as I would love Rhea to capture it, I got the story continuing.
Because, and that's what I got. Because, hear me out. As you said earlier in the show, this is not the PLE or whatever kind of show you want to consider Evolution. This is not the show for her to break that losing streak against her. It needs to be a SummerSlam. It needs to be in Australia. It needs to be at Survivor Series. It needs to be at a bigger element of a show.
Agreed.
No disrespect to Evolution. I'm just saying, if you're going to have Rhea Ripley do it, it doesn't need to be on a random Sunday night in the middle of the hottest part of the year for us Floridians.
Agreed.
It needs to be, hear me out, I'll write it perfectly. Put that bitch back at Survivor Series, because that's low-key where you kind of picked up that story. If you're talking long-term story, that's kind of where it started at. And in retrospect, that's where it started. I would go back to Survivor Series and do it in San Diego, California, because to me, that would carry more weight than at Evolution.
Oh yeah.
But that's just my fair point on that one.
Yeah, and don't forget, you can catch Saturday night main event streaming actually live on NBC. It's streaming on Peacock as well, but it's literally on cable. It's on just regular TV. And then Sunday, streaming live on Peacock, you got WWE Evolution. That being said, that's it for heel turn wrestling this week. We don't trash the oversaturation of the shows. We prayed for Gunther's spine against Goldberg. And we kind of just fantasy booked and predicted Evolution like it's our own little federation.
And we did it without turning on each other. Well, barely.
I mean, bro, if you weren't such an asshole on certain takes, man, like, we would have just gotten along just fine.
Yeah, I was born by an asshole. I'm going to be that asshole.
And, I mean, I feel the same way, so I don't see why we were disagreeing on certain things. But, you know, anyways, man, y'all can follow the show at Heel Turn Wrestling on YouTube. You can check us out on Heel Turn Wrestling on Facebook, and you can also join the official Facebook group of Heel Turn Wrestling. You can also follow me, Lucien Cage _HTW, everywhere, man. I'm talking TikTok, I'm talking Instagram, and hell, man, I'm even on Facebook now.
And you know, you can follow your favorite babyface at the Anomaly Babyface on IG. I drop truth bombs without needing the blade first, so we could just all bleed.
Yes, sir. And shout out to our sponsors as always, man. W Energy, keeping us going at all times, man. Goat TV and our boy Matt Grisham, and Full Moon Radiance, and my brother Leon Kilmer. And just letting you know, man, if you ain't glowing, you ain't showing. Especially if you ain't using keyword heel turn on all of those for purchases. You get 10% off.
And remember,
And this is Heel Turn Wrestling,
where the crowd might cheer, but the truth still boos.
You let the real gorilla out. You let the real gorilla unsheltered immediately. Gotcha, bitch.
Whisper words on the heart as I'm holding you close. Keep a shelter from the dark.